Mr. Chair, I rise in support of my bill, H.R. 1941, the Coastal and Marine Economies Protection Act. My bipartisan bill permanently protects the Atlantic and the Pacific coast from the threats of offshore oil and gas drilling. It reflects the tremendous importance that members of both parties place on healthy shorelines and the state and local economies that depend on them. This bill acknowledges that if we don't act, drilling rigs could soon appear off of our beaches. Folks from up and down the coast of my district understand that opposition to offshore drilling is not a partisan issue. Whether it be a first grader like Anna Caroline of upstate South Carolina, who rallied 70 signatures to stop offshore drilling, or a group of mayors like Billy Kaiserling, Pat O'Neill, Tim Goodwin, Jimmy Carroll, or John Tecklenburg, who worked tirelessly to defend our coastline. South Carolinians want to protect our community from the disastrous consequences that result from offshore drilling. The Low Country is a force to be reckoned with, and we stand firm in our opposition to drilling off of our shoreline. Down in the Low Country, we know that offshore drilling would ruin our economy, ruin our vibrant natural resources, and our unique way of life. That's why opposition to offshore drilling is not a partisan issue, and I'm proud to work with both Democrats and Republicans to get this done. Offshore drilling and the booming tourism industry that we have in the Low Country are mutually exclusive pursuits. Tourism in the Palmetto State is a $22.6 billion a year industry, and it supports 1 in every 10 jobs in our state. And South Carolina's tourism industry holds a great deal more promise for statewide economic prosperity. I want to take a moment to also consider how natural disasters would impact our state if we were to drill offshore. We have seen spills from onshore infrastructure in the path of a hurricane. Hurricane Katrina is the best known example, with roughly 8 million gallons of oil spilled. Last week, Hurricane Dorian was a sobering reminder that hurricanes and natural disasters can change course at a moment's notice, and they can inflict tremendous damage on communities in the path of a storm. If Charleston, Hilton Head, or Beaufort had onshore energy infrastructure similar to Port Fourchon or Galveston, the potential for a major spill or environmental calamity from Dorian's destruction would have skyrocketed. Opposition to offshore drilling is an economic one, but it's also a moral one. The book of Genesis teaches us to be stewards and caretakers of all creation. And I find it unconscionable that we can knowingly damage our waters and consequently our marine life for such a pursuit. Offshore drilling is reckless, it's harmful, and it's absolutely disruptive to the communities that we call home. And I urge my colleagues to support my bill that will permanently safeguard the 1st District of South Carolina and coastal communities